The truth, it will kill you, but it's the only thing that will set you free. I'm Lucas Skrobot, and you're listening to Weaver and Loom. John Steinbeck wrote in his book, East of Eden. John Steinbeck is a famous American author. He wrote this: "An unbelievable truth can hurt a man much more than a lie. It takes great courage to back truth unacceptable in our times. There's a punishment for it, and it's usually crucifixion." Now, that last line, it's clear that Steinbeck is referencing Jesus. Now, Jesus, he spoke truth. He spoke out against the corrupt religious and political systems of his day, and he died for it. But here's what's also ironic. Jesus is the one that said that the truth will set you free. We've all heard the phrase, the truth will set you free. Yeah, well, the truth will also kill you. Earth McFly. The truth will also kill you. Why? Why is this truth true? Well, it's because the truth is the most hated and feared thing in all of the world by every human being. We hate and we fear the truth because it might be pointing its finger at us and saying that we are part of the problem, that we are part of the issue, and we need to be part of the solution. I know this because everyone that I know, myself included, we like to hide from 360 feedback. We all have blind spots that we don't see. In marriage, it can be easy to become defensive or critical, or we stonewall the other person, or we act contemptuous to the other person. Why? To defend ourselves, to put a moat between us and the other person, to self-preserve, to avoid the truth of the relationship, the truth of the situation, the truth of where we have fallen short in whatever situation. And just as we saw with Arachne and Athena, Arachne is speaking the truth. She says, "I'm the best weaver in all the land." And she was. She beat the goddess Athena. But in the beating of the goddess Athena, she weaves this tapestry. We talked about it in the previous episode. She weaves this tapestry of showing how the gods are corrupt and they're abusing the mortals. And she gets turned into a spider because of it. The irony. That speaking truth in her craft, in her place of freedom, in her place of truth of saying, "I am the best and this is true," and had set her free in so many ways, was also the very thing that condemned her. And it's through the apprehending of truth, through the uncovering, the discovering of truth, that we are able to apprehend and discover and understand our purpose and our destiny. And I also want to phrase it this way, or maybe pose a question this way. Is it us apprehending truth, or is it truth apprehending us? Is it us discovering our passions, the things that we like, or is it our passions, those things that are already inside it, are they being uncovered and it's actually apprehending us as individuals? Because each and every one of us was born with a purpose and was born with a destiny. Now, these words can kind of seem interchangeable. A destiny is the thing that you are meant to fulfill. If you squander your time, you squander your destiny. Our time is our payment mechanism that enables us to fulfill our destiny. But we have the ability to not fulfill our destiny based on the choices that we make or don't make. And then we have a purpose, and the purpose is what sits inside the destiny. And I believe, just like in the loom, in the folklore of old, where the loom is symbolizing fate is weaving on this loom, and it's writing the story, and it's this outside force that's controlling everything. I don't quite believe in it that way. I don't think that we are puppets on a string. But I do believe that each and every one of us have been knitted, that each and every one of us has a destiny and a purpose that was placed inside us the moment that we were conceived and grew in our mother's womb and came into this world, that there was a destiny, a fate, if you will, that rested on our lives, but it is up to us of whether we choose to step into it and walk in it and every day steward our time so that we might fulfill that potential. The fate that is placed within us, the destiny that is placed within us, it is a potential that is unrealized, but could be realized if we put our hand to the loom, if we put our hand to the work, if we put our hand to the craft. It is through apprehending truth, or truth apprehending us, that we are able to do great work, because all storytellers, all creatives, we are artists. And if we are artists, that means we have to tell something that is true, because those are the things that are going to resonate with us as human beings for centuries. If we can tell something that is true, a true story. So how do we apprehend that truth? How do we find our purpose? How do we find our destiny? Well, I think it's through hunger. I think that we have to be hungry. We have to ask questions. We have to seek and search out the answers. Now, there's a lot of people who like to ask questions for the sake of asking questions. They're not looking to arrive at a destination. They're just looking to convolute the conversation, to muddy the waters, to make everything more and more and more and more gray, sowing seeds of confusion. But I don't think that's the way. I think we are called, we are made to seek out truth with every fiber in our being so that we might find an answer, so that we might find wisdom, so that we might arrive at understanding and arrive to a place of absolute truth where there's no relativity. How? It's through curiosity. It's through laying aside our preconceived notions. It is through digging through history and uncovering unexpected storylines. It is through asking questions of people around us that they might speak into our lives, because we are not islands, but we are all connected to one another. What John Steinbeck said is profound, because if we propagate lies, if we believe lies, it leads us to the place of mediocrity. It leads us to the place of looking like everyone else, of acting like everyone else. This is what a lie does when we believe it, when we live it out, and when we propagate it. But when we stand for something more, when we stand for something that we're convicted by, even though it's unpopular, it is in that place of truth that, yes, it will probably be harmful to you in your life, because people hate truth. People hate to know what is true because they hate being called out. But you will be set free from mediocrity, set free from creating art just like everyone else, and being able to say something that's real and that matters and that makes a difference. So go out today, be curious, ask questions, and find truth. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Weaver and Loom. If you found this episode helpful, please, it's helpful for me if you tell your friends, who also will probably find it helpful and they'll like you for it. So that's one. Number two, please, if you have any questions, email me, DM me, ask me. I would love to be able to answer you either over email or text, or maybe your question will make it here to Weaver and Loom. Thank you for listening. I am Lucas Grobot, and this is Weaver and Loom, where destiny is woven.